Good morning students, it's me Sudarshan sir. Today we are going to see computer science. Everyone open chapter 6, graphics programming in QBasic. Okay, we have completed till 5th unit. 5th unit you don't have book back exercises, so we'll directly go for 6th unit. Okay. 5th unit is fully practical and you don't have book back, so we'll directly go for 6th unit. Okay. What is unit 6? Graphics programming in QBasic. We are going to deal about QBasic. Okay. It's a software, programming language software. What software? Programming language software. Using this, you will be writing programming. By writing the programming, what is the use? You will convey the message to a computer and will ask the computer to do specific job. If for doing calculation, you will write on program. For example, if you want the computer to do calculation, you will write on program. That program is written in which language? Programming language. So there are many programming languages like C, C++, Java and so on. In that, QBasic is also one of the programming language. In this programming language you will be writing the program. According to the program, the computer will execute some operation. If you want to do some calculation, you will write on program for it. If this computer want to open particular file, you will be writing program for it. If this computer want to play a song, for that a program is there. There are many programming language software. One of the programming language software is QBasic. QBasic is also one of the famous programming language software. Okay. Now we are going to see about that. Okay. You already know that programming is a process of converting a job into computer understandable instruction that produces the required result. For example, you want the computer to do some process. For example, you want the computer to play a song. This is for example. You want the computer to play a song. How will you convey that message? I can't talk to the computer. How will you convey that message? Using programming language. Using this QBasic, Java, C, C++ and so on. Using this programming language, you will convey that message. You will give some instruction to it. Using this programming language, you will give some instruction to it. According to that instruction, it will act. If that instruction says play the song, the computer will play the song. This is how a computer works. Using programs only a computer works, right? Okay. A programming language consists of characters, symbols, words and their correct usage that allows to communicate with computer. A programming language will be of what? For example, you are writing a program in this QBasic which asks the computer to do specific task. But how the language will be of? It will be of this English language, symbols, characters, words, everything. Okay. In the previous class, you learned to program a computer using QBasic language. In your younger class, for example, in your 6th standard, you have learned QBasic, right? I think you have learned QBasic. In the previous class, you have learned to program a computer using QBasic. You also learnt the QBasic in high-level language. It's a high-level language. QBasic is a high-level language. Why it is called high-level language means last year itself I could have told, but now again I will say. Why it is called high-level language means it is mentioned as high-level language. But why it is mentioned in the sense? Because it will be very easy to understand. If it is easy to understand, it is high level language. If it is not easy to understand, it is low level language. There are low level languages also, but this is high level language. QBasic is high level language because it is easy to understand. That is a language that uses words which are similar to English words in English language. It is easy to understand. Why it is easy to understand? Because mostly English words are used in programming language. In this QBasic programming language, mostly English are used. So it is easy to understand. Okay. And so since it is easy to understand, it is high level language. Okay. So QBasic is a high level language. It is easy to understand, so it is high level language. Why it is easy to understand? Because mostly English words are used. That's it. Okay. A program that is written in high level language has to be translated into machine code. Yeah, you will write high level language, you will write a program using QBasic, using high level language, but will the computer directly understand this English language? No. So it will convert that English language into machine code, because the computer will understand only the machine code, 0 and 1. It will understand only 0 and 1. So to make the computer to understand, after you write this high level language, after you write this program in high level language, the computer will change it into machine language. Okay. For this purpose, the computer has a translating program stored in it. I told the computer will change the high level language into machine code, but how it will change? For this purpose, the computer has translating program stored inside it. You will write the program and go. You will write the program and start running. But how this will do the conversion? It will do the conversion, only then the computer will understand. But how it will do the conversion? Using the translating program, which is stored in it. Okay, inside the computer there is a program. It is also a program. Okay, don't go very deeply, but I'm just conveying, I'm trying to say, you just understand. It is also one type of program which converts this program, which translates this wordings, this program. Okay. The computer has translating program stored in it that will translate this programming language into machine code. Okay, if you clearly listen, you can easily understand. If you didn't understand, no issues. Just forward it for 10 to 20 seconds and hear from first, so that you will easily understand. Just forward for 1 minute and play again, so you will easily understand. Okay, the translating programs are known as compilers and interpreters. Inside the computer there is something called translated programs, right? What that programs is called as, actually it should have it, if there is a program, it should have some name, no? That is called compiler and interpreter. Okay, using these two things, it will the whatever the program you write in this QBasic will be converted into machine code. Using which language, which program? Compiler and interpreter. Okay. The difference between a compiler and an interpreter is the way in which the translation process is carried out by them. Two things are used, compiler and interpreter, to translate a program. But what is the difference between them? That we'll see. A compiler translates the complete program in one shot. Okay, and saves it for future use. An interpreter translates a single statement at a time as the program is executed. See, the compiler, after completing a program, the compiler will translate a complete program in one single shot. It won't give gap, and complete program will be translated. But interpreter will translate single statement at a time. First statement, which in a program there will be lot of statements. First statement it will complete, and then it will go for the next statement, and then third statement, fourth statement, like step by step it will go. Which one? Interpreter. It will translate step by step, but the compiler will translate the whole program at once. Okay, that's it. Next, revision. Last year what you see, one revision we'll see. What you studied, one revision we'll see. Revision. You have seen that after learning a few keywords in QBasic. In QBasic, last year also you could have learned few keywords. A programming language means few keywords will be there, like this: rem, cls, print. Like this, last year you could have read. We'll see. One revision we'll see. You could program the computer to display messages on the monitor. You could program a computer to display a message on the monitor. Display message at whichever position you want to. Ask the question and check if the answer is correct and play music. You can do all these things. You can display a message in the monitor, display in whatever the position you did. You can ask a question to a computer. You can check whether the answer is correct or not. You can play music. Everything you can do with the help of this programming language. Okay. The QBasic command that you already know are listed below. These are the commands. Using these commands only we will start writing a program. After writing a program, by writing the program you can ask the computer to do any jobs like this. Okay, but okay, now we'll get into the program. What are the different type of commands are used in the program? REM, REM, a remark statement, non-executable. REN means it is a remark statement. It is else we can say remember command. We used to say it as remember command because it will be like a heading of a program, and this REM command will not execute. This compiler and interpreter know that will execute the program, right? But that will not execute this REM command alone. REM means it will understand it is for remembrance alone, so it is not needed to be executed. So that is only they have said non-executable. REM command will not be executed in a program. All other commands will be executed. Okay. CLS. REM command is just to know what is this program about. It is just like a topic alone. Okay. That is not a very big important command. Without REM also you can write a program. So that is not executable. It will not be, computer will not, the compiler or the interpreter will not read it. CLS, to clear the screen. CLS is used to clear the screen. Once you go to the output and if you take the result, if you come back and run the program, see, if you have completed the program, you went and saw the output. So the screen will show some results, right? And if you come out again to the program, again if you go run the program, so again it will take you to the output screen, but already in the output screen one result will be displayed. If the second time if the result is displayed, where the result should be displayed, it will display already message, I mean output is there, their results are displayed. Once again if you display the same, I mean or run the same program, what will happen? It will overlap. Already shown display, I mean results will be there, down next result will come. So that will be of awkward, right? To clear that output screen, we are using clear screen. So what happens second time if you run the program, a new output is displayed. Old output will not be there itself. Okay, without CLS if you write the program, what happens? Old output will also be, the second new output will also be, third time if you run the third program will also be there. Okay. So clear screen is much more important. Next, print command, to display message, number and words on the monitor. Print command is not to print in a paper, it is to display the message on a computer, like printing in paper only, but this will print on the output screen. Okay. Lprint, to print on the paper. Just print is to print on the computer, but here Lprint will print on the paper. Lprint means it will print on the paper. Okay. Locate, if you insert the paper, it will print on the paper. In the printer, if you insert the paper and give Lprint, it will print on the paper. If you didn't give Lprint, if you just give print alone, it will print in the output screen alone. Okay. Locate, to specify a position or location of display. In output screen, in which position you want to show the output, that can be done using locate command. End, to indicate the end of the program. End command will be used to end the program. Okay. Go to send the control to another point in a program. It could take the control back or jump ahead. Go to means this is little bit typical. You just listen clearly so that you can understand. You are writing a program. For example, you are writing a program. In the center, while writing in the center, again you want the program to do from, again there are such programs, again you want the program to run from the first. So what you can do? Run from the first line or second line. So what you can do? You can use the go to command. So if you write go to 1, it will run from the first line. If you write go to 2, it will run again from the second line. So that is why go to is used. While seeing a program, you will easily understand what are these commands. I will show you YouTube videos now. There you can easily understand. Okay. If then else, to check the condition and take suitable action. There is something called if then else, which is nothing but if this is correct, you display this message. In that program, if this is correct, you display this message. If this is wrong, you display this message. So to say that, to convey that to a computer, we are using command called if then else. If this is this, you do this. If this is not this, you do this. Okay, that is what is conveyed using if then else command. Okay, if it is little bit confusing, no issues. Run a little 10 seconds before and play again, and also wait till the practical video and see there. So if then else command will be easily understood. Next, input command, to get a response from the user and to store it in variable. Input command is nothing but what input we are giving in the program. For example, you want the program to do some calculation, so it will ask input from you. So that what you will do, you will give 2 plus 2. So what you are doing, you are giving input to the computer to do the calculation. Okay, so we are using input command. Okay, that's it. Okay, next. Let us write and execute a few programs in order to refresh the above command in your memory before learning more command. Here the practical starts. Here a program starts. See, a program will start with rem. REM, remember, program to check a password. This program, one program they have written, it continues in the next page also. I will show program to check a password. Okay, rem command is used. So this rem command will not be executed by compiler or interpreter because it is not needed. It's just for a heading alone. They have given the heading, you see, program to check a password. That's all. Next, CLS command. This is to clear the output screen. Input, password please. I told you, input command will ask the input from you. Password please. You will give one password. That password will be stored in this area. Why? That is why they are giving comma and one more name and $. So if you give if you give password please means you will give some password, right? That password will be stored here. See, if I say like this, you won't understand, but for a small explanation, I will say, while you go through the YouTube video, you will understand clearly. Okay. If I explain here, you might confuse, but while seeing the YouTube video, you might understand. Okay. QBasic will be little bit tough, only, not very tough. If you understand, it will be very, very easy. If you didn't understand, it will be little bit complicated. Okay, it is little bit complicated only, but if you understand, it is very, very easy thing. Okay. Then if command is used. I told if then else. If then else command is used. If password is technology. If the given password, if it asked for password, no. If the password is technology, then print you may go. Then you print it, you may go. Password is correct. If, simple thing only. You will have some password in your cell phone, right? If you write the password, it will say, it will let you in like that only. If the password is technology, then print you may go. Else print you are not allowed in. If you write the password wrongly in your cell phone, what happens? It won't allow you write. That's what the concept is. If the password is not technology, then don't leave. That is what it. Finally, end the program. End command is, if you write END, it will understand we have to end here, end the program. That's all. This is a very, very simple program, and a few other complicated programs is also there that I will send you the YouTube video. There everything they will explain, but make sure one thing, don't try to download QBasic. Don't try to download QBasic. If you have, you work. If you don't have, you leave it. Once again, if you have QBasic already in your computer, you work. If you don't have, you leave it. Don't try to download QBasic from internet. You may get affected through virus. Else, and also not else, and also don't ask your parents to buy it from internet. Don't buy, and also don't download the free version. Don't do anything. Just follow this video. As of like other unit only, I am saying for this also. Just follow the videos. This is one video, and down this one more link will be there. That is YouTube practical video link. There more practically they will teach you. If you have QBasic, you work. If you don't have QBasic, you leave. Don't disturb your parents at any cost. That's it. Okay, students, that's all. Theory part is over. Practical part, it will be down to this video. And one more thing, what you have to do, if you feel something, some points are important, you underline it and you send in the group. What is your actual homework? Read and practice graphic programming in QBasic. Read and practice chapter 6. If you have QBasic, you practice. If you don't have QBasic, you just read. That's all. Homework. Okay, you just read, that's all. But this class now, this video you have to see fully. After this video ends, one more YouTube video will be there. That also you have to see fully. Okay, okay students, that's all. Take care, have a nice day, bye.